All right, my friends, we are live. We've got Shane Lee from Spare Change, and we got Zach from Dreamedia. How you guys doing?
Hey, what's up, Gene? Thanks for having me on.
You know, Zach, we had a nice time when you were here. What was it, about a month ago? We shot some videos. You were insane. You had more energy than I could possibly deal with. But we got a lot done, man. I have to give you credit. You're a hard worker. And when you showed me some of the work that you guys do to do home theater makeovers, I'm like, you know what? We should live stream about this. I know Shane is big on roasting people's home theaters. He does that on his channel. But we'll keep the roasting on the side for now. We'll just admire the great work that you're doing here. You're taking these mediocre rooms or these regular rooms that are not suited for home theater, and you're converting them into a space that you will want to hang out with. You'll want to have a good drink, have a good listen. And you're just giving that experience to people that are really passionate about a home theater or just audio 2-channel in general.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the introduction. And we definitely had some fun. And there's going to be a lot of great content coming out over the next month of all that fun content that we shot. But here we go again at 11 o'clock Eastern. Making a habit out of it.
You know why? One of the reasons why I get along with Shane is he's on the same schedule as me, man. Anytime I'm texting, it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, Shane responds. He's a night owl.
Hey, sometimes I stream at 3, 4 in the morning, so this is early for me.
It's early, yeah.
Yeah. I'm about getting up at that time.
Check out the Dreamedia YouTube channel. I think you just dropped a video today of one of the first ones that we shot on how to make a regular room, perform well.
Yeah. So our first episode is out. In that video, we talk about 5 tips for getting audiophile sound in a less than ideal space. A lot of you guys out there have spaces that aren't a perfect rectangle with, no windows and acoustic treatments. So we go into some things that you can do that are designer friendly, and also just some speaker choices and things like that can help you in achieving that audiophile sound. But while we were there at your house, I was showing you some of these Dreamedia projects, some of these Dreamedia Plus projects. What was that?
Someone's asking, is Shane going to crap on people's theaters? No, he's being nice tonight. We're all in a nice mood.
Well, what's great about the Dreamedia Plus program is it'd be pretty hard to crap on these theaters because we're doing them right. These customers are wanting to take their home theater experience to the next level. This isn't just, your average customer that calls us and is like, I want a projector and screen and some speakers. These customers want a true experience, a luxury home cinema. So we've been rolling out this program slowly over the last couple of years and introducing more and more things to the program to support people's vision. And now we're to the point to where we're integrating in not only CAD drawings and acoustic analysis, but also full conceptual designs from renderings to 3D animation fly-throughs, similar to what you guys saw on the Dreamedia Man Cave Makeover. So we're able to deliver to the customer precisely the exact material, the exact colors, exactly what they see in the conceptual design we deliver in the end result.
Gotcha.
Pretty cool.
Just a quick drink check. I'm doing a bourbon here myself. Shane, what do you have? You got Foster's or something?
I got iced tea.
Iced tea. Oh man, I'm the only one that's loaded here, huh? Zach, you're drinking like lemonade.
I'm drinking some soja. I got to wake up super early tomorrow, but I'm participating. I got my tumbler.
Nice. Here you go. The Man Cave Makeover was so night and day.
Yeah. So you guys have seen it, over the last few weeks, people who are subscribed to our channel, we've been releasing some of these videos called Dreamedia Plus. And a lot of these projects were started like a year ago, maybe even longer. So we introduced this program initially just to consult with people on a higher level, helping them with an acoustic analysis, adding really giving input on precisely where they need to put their speakers in the room down to the inch, as well as, where to place their acoustics, and including more of a white glove treatment from start to finish, where we're there to just even down to the calibration at the end and making sure the picture and the audio are on point. So it started off with this hand holding exercise over the last the first 6 months, and then this last 3 to 6 months we've been taking it to the next level with these renderings and 3D animations, which I'm just extremely excited about. And we have a few customers that we're already working on actively, which I put a couple examples in our slideshow so people can see, but it's next level. It's definitely industry leading.
Yeah, and you guys have quite an impressive line card. I don't know if everybody's familiar with your line card on our channels, but Dreamedia is an authorized dealer of Perlisten. I think you're the first that I know of that's selling Perlisten online. You have RBH Sound, which I'm really happy to see that. That company definitely needs more love considering the level of product that they offer. You got Focal. You've got Trinnov. I think you even have some audio control products too, right?
Of course. Yeah. We got Madvr, Kaleidescape,
JVC,
Meyer Sound, Barco. I mean, we can go as entry level. This program starts with $100,000 budget minimum, which anybody who has built a cinema knows that that's a pretty conservative number. And you can go all the way up to $1 million. But we're actively working on a couple that are, in the $250,000 to $1 million range, or $500,000 range. And they're coming together beautifully.
Yeah. Someone's asking about what seating do you guys represent?
So for this program, we're going to be using Jaymar. And also we have the ability to put D-Box on the Jaymar seating.
Nice.
So what's cool about Jaymar is it's made here in America. Really high quality products. In fact, Jaymar manufactures seating for a lot of other companies. They're kind of like the manufacturer level. And I won't throw any of those names out there, but they build very good quality furniture as a whole, which is great because regardless of if we want a dedicated home theater seat, or if we want an end table, or even if a customer wanted us to, sell them a bedroom set, this company can do it. And we can hand pick every single element of that build, of that piece of furniture, from the construction of it all the way down to the type of foam we use and the type of leather or fabric that we use. And then we can also they can build these seats to accommodate the D-Box actuators for that 4D experience.
Well, let's take a look at the slide presentation, and then you could just kind of go over what we're looking at here. Okay, Zach?
Yeah, go ahead.
See if it works. There we go.
Yeah, so things start off with a design meeting. What we like to do is sit down and get to know our customers' goals, their vision, the primary use for the space, what inspired them to build the room. So if you go back just a little bit, Gene, you can see a couple pretty dramatic examples of different conceptual designs. But regardless of if the customer is wanting to do something extremely modern, or if they're wanting to do something really classic like an old school cinema, we can create that conceptual design with real material that we're going to use in the end, so that it ends up looking precisely like the rendering, because we're building it with the actual product that we'll be using in the end result.
How big is that room on the one in the upper left corner in the red? It's got 3 rows of seats. That's got to be a pretty long room, like 30 feet or so, right?
Yeah, it's 28 feet deep, but that's actually only 2 rows. We opted for, those are ottomans.
Oh, I see that now. Okay.
Yeah, we opted for a really large screen, and push the whole room back. This one is actually going to be spotlighted on our channel because it's so unique. We have the opportunity to do it properly. It's this home and Oma hall where we're going to dig out the foundation while they're digging out the foundation between, there's like 2 parts of the basement, and we're going to be digging out the foundation and doing the elevation changes like you see here to allow us to have adequate ceiling height as well as a really nice flow to the space. But we're going to be connecting the cinema to their spa and the whole fitness area for the downstairs entertainment space.
Do you work with builders? So like if you go into a community and they're building custom homes, do you coordinate with the builder?
That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah. From the ground up, obviously we can create these designs, construction plans, and just have it built from the ground up. But we're up to the challenge. I think the reason that I wanted to put such emphasis on this one is it's going to be probably the most difficult project we've ever pulled off. So I'm excited to see it develop. We've never busted up a foundation before and completely, changed the elevation of the space. So, I mean, we've built risers in rooms and things like that, but this one's going to be next level. So we've passed it off to the construction company, and we have the structural engineers looking it over and putting permits in with the city right now. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. As you can see, even just in our first design meeting, afterwards, we'll come back with kind of a rough draft. I think you skipped over that slide, but we'll present a initial design that has their acoustic analysis as well as sight lines, seating chart, screen size, as well as some initial renderings. And then we'll have another design meeting for changes. And then our final meeting will present the full 3D animation fly through, and we need the authorization to move forward at that point.
What speakers are going in this one in particular? Because I see everything is behind the screen. Is this like a focal system, or what are you doing?
Well, this is the man cave makeover.
Oh, okay.
So people can go to our channel right now and see the full reveal of this space and the whole process of this room. This wasn't a really high-end theater. It was us just giving back to the YouTube community with a giveaway where I got 9 key manufacturers to donate equipment, and then they let me pick what products I wanted. And then once we found our winner, we built a custom package to that room. This was a unique situation because we get plenty of large rooms, but we have a lot of customers that contact us on a daily basis asking if it's possible to do a home theater in a small space. And this was the perfect opportunity to show that not only can you put in a home theater into an extremely small space, but it was a great opportunity to spotlight ultra short throw and how you can get that huge image without needing the throw distance of a standard front throw projector. Also, these ultra short throws are really great for like gaming and things like that. You don't have to worry about people walking in front of the pitcher, which is a real problem when you have low ceilings in a small room.
Mm-hmm.
But we gave the winner of the Man Cave Makeover the full Dreamedia Plus treatment and documented the whole process. So I thought this would be a good one to throw into the slideshow because people can go and watch that series and see us turn. You wouldn't even believe it, but I think the room was 11.5 by 13.5 with 8-foot tall ceilings, and it had 2 windows in it.
Right.
Here's the room right now that we're currently working on.
This is the one that you rebuilt the foundation, or is this a separate one?
Yeah, this is the one where we're going to do some elevation changes.
Right.
So this is the current space. And then if you go forward, you'll see our CAD drawing, our construction plans.
Is that the audio rack, or is that like a candy machine back there?
There we go. So as you
wow.
can see, like the measurements are so precise, like we don't leave anything to chance. We're down to like the millimeter on everything. So the customer receives exactly what they had envisioned.
You must be using a Trinnov processor on this to have multiple side channels like that, right?
Yeah, we'll be using a Trinnov on this one.
And is that a Perlisten system?
Yep. Yeah, this is going to be the Perlistens, they're S series, and we're going to use them all the way around in a 9.3.6. This is the one where I was telling you we have spec'd in 3 of those 21-inch RBH subs.
Nice. That's gonna be insane.
Yeah, so we're working on engineering currently the baffle wall and trying to kind of decouple it, as well as we're going to be featuring their new and ceiling speakers for 6 overhead Atmos.
The new Perlisten ones that are coming.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, they're not out yet, but they look. I've seen the drawings.
I know,
like the spec sheet. I'm pretty excited about it.
Spoiler alert. Are you really relocating that structural support post?
That's going to be the wall. So that's load bearing and it's going to stay there.
Wow.
So you won't see it?
You won't see it. No, it'll all be hidden behind stretch fabric.
Sweet. I like how the speaker positions are appropriate for each row. You know, you're at the tweeter height.
Yep.
Yeah, and these are like those old school cinema chairs. The guy's going for like that nostalgia, right? So the seating couldn't be any better for audio performance. So
how big is that? How big is that screen?
It's a 180-inch CinemaScope 240.
Yeah.
You got
you would have used them like a top of the line JVC, the NZ.
We're going to use the Barco
okay.
Nord, and well, that's what's spec'd.
I didn't know you guys carried that.
And then we'll put a Madvr on it on top of that.
Are you getting the
Envy Extreme?
Are you getting the widescreen lens on that?
Yeah, with Barco they sell the lenses separately.
Yeah.
So we'll get the appropriate lens for this exact setup.
So now is the acoustic treatments, is it, so this is like all fabric wrapped, so you don't see the acoustic treatments, or how explain to me how that's working out and what are you using?
Yeah. So the stretch fabric is really just to make it look clean, but the acoustics will be installed behind the stretch fabric.
Yeah. I like the ceiling. It's really neat.
That's one of those things where, you know, we had a discussion with the designer that's in Paris. I would love to show you on another meeting. I wish I had it available. He provided a painting, like an actual hand drawing, just like where he used brush strokes and kind of created this very, very rough design, and then we were able to transform it into this here today. Man, I wish I would have included that in the slideshow, because it really shows, you know, how we're able to take even the most just simple aspects that the customer is interested in implementing into the home and, you know, create a reality like this. But where I was going with that is what's interesting is these little squares on the ceiling there are going to be distressed mirrors, which aren't great for acoustics. We all know that. But it is going to be part of the design, and I'm sure the comments will blow up whenever we post this one about us not doing what's appropriate for the best acoustics in the space. But one thing that we really focus on here at Dreamedia is making the customer happy. You know, like we will definitely make you aware and educate the customer on the proper way to do things, but we're flexible too. Like if it's a must-have, the designer in Paris wanted these mirrors on the ceiling, they get the mirrors on the ceiling. And we'll compensate in calibration.
Yeah.
Is this in Denver?
This is in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh,
Wow. What automation system are you using to control all this? Is it Control 4 or Savant?
I believe URC.
Oh, I was expecting like Control 4 or Savant and something like this.
It's really dependent on the territory, what control system we go with. We want our preferred installer to feel comfortable and to be able to ensure success long term. We just want it to work well.
Yeah.
So we have preferred installers all over the country, and sometimes it's Savant, sometimes it's Control 4, URC. I just want it to work flawlessly for the customer.
So how does somebody become a preferred installer from Dreamedia? Is there a qualification program, or is there a process that you have to vet them in order for that to happen?
Yeah, you reach out to our office and schedule a time to be interviewed. And I actually interview all the preferred installers. I've been an installer the early part of my career, and still, as you guys see on the channel, sometimes hop in and cut some holes and do some work. But we have a profile built for each preferred installer, and we have guys at all different skill levels, and we have guys that are aspiring to also do more and be trained to do more for video calibrations and audio calibrations. I got guys who, you know, are interested in learning more about Trinnov, and they're wanting to up their game. So we'll, while they're learning, obviously not send leads their way, but we have a wide variety, all the way down to guys that just mount TVs. So we have these profiles built so that we can send the appropriate leads to the guys who are trained for that product. But it really comes down to their quality of work. We bring on guys who believe in treating the customer right, taking care of people. And if they don't maintain that 5-star reputation, then they're out of the program. So, and we, as Dreamedia, that's part of the contract that the preferred installers sign, that they're going to provide that 5-star work. And if they don't, then, you know, they'll be removed from the program.
So is this, do you go beyond the United States, or is this all contained within the 50 US?
That's a good question. So
in South Africa,
this program, although we use our preferred installers as an asset and, you know, a kind of a feet on the ground in that area, we are hands-on. So like me and Kellen are there on site with these projects, making sure that, especially as there's certain pivotal points, we're there to ensure that things are going exactly as we had intended. But to answer your question, no, but we did accept one job in the Bahamas. So maybe in the future. But right now, I think just we got our hands full here in the US.
Shane, I think Zach's gonna have to fly us out to the Bahamas so we can shoot a video.
We need to cover that. I want to cover that.
We need to cover the Bahamas.
That one's really cool. He's actually already purchased quite a bit of the equipment. It's Perlisten, it's Madvr, Trinnov. He got the JVC 25th anniversary special edition projector. So a lot of cool pieces, custom acoustics package. So that one will be fun.
All right.
You're like the Adam Sandler of home theater.
Zach just wanted to go to the Bahamas.
Hold on. I didn't see a money seat in that home theater, in that rendering.
They're all money seats.
They're all money seats. There you go.
Yeah. So with cinemas of this level, like, you know, we're really trying to provide an optimal experience for everybody. And we even had that conversation with the customer. Do you want to go with 3 seats and maybe not have every single seat have that same experience? We're getting pretty dang close with configuration like this. So again, back to, we strongly advise certain things, you know, but it's up to the customer at the end of the day.
You couldn't fit 5 seats per row. It's 4.
Depends on how spacious you want it to feel.
Or how big, how big the seats
Quality, not quantity, Shane.
At least one seat's got to be dead center. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, can you stagger the rows if you want to have one that's centered seat? Because I did that in my theater. My seats were bigger than I anticipated, and I was going to put 4 in the back row, and I couldn't fit 4, so I put 3 in the back row. I put 4 in the front, but I staggered it so that way I could have one seat that's dead center.
Yeah, you got to roast something.
We're going for aesthetics is a very important key element to this project. And, you know, I wish I could get the input from that first picture you saw, the Star Wars theater that we showcased on our YouTube channel. That was one of our first Dreamedia Plus customers. He actually had this same internal dilemma of, you know, I want that money seat, that front row seat. And we did end up offsetting the whole room. So if you guys are looking for inspiration for that type of setup where it is offset, that room is very unique. You got 4 seats right across the front, and it is a little bit off, just slightly offset, but it's still well balanced. And then it has a more of a relaxed, comfortable seating that actually pulls out into a full-on bed in case you wanted people to be able to stay the night in there. And then behind that, there's a bar for eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool theater. Watch that video.
Totally different from this one. So this is really inspiring me, you know, just being able to do these really cool designs. And I just love being able to put together a conceptual design and then see it turn into that precise product. I just think it's so cool.
What are they using, a Kaleidescape in there?
Yep.
Of course. Yeah. All these projects will be using Kaleidescape to ensure maximum output.
That looks like it should be in the movie Babylon. You ever see that movie?
I haven't.
No? Margot Robbie?
Oh, now I got to watch it if it's got Margaret in it.
Come on, man.
I still haven't seen the Barbie movie yet. I'm dying to see that, man.
One of the biggest movies this year so far.
Yeah.
Never
I
seen
haven't seen that one either.
So many people wearing pink the past couple of days I went to the theater.
Did you go in a pink shirt, Shane?
I went in a little turquoise shirt for Ken.
Okay.
It was a good movie. I think you'd like
it looks good.
Yeah. The concept is a little cheesy, but
well, it's Barbie. So
Gosling makes it work though. Ken makes it work. Or the Kens make it work.
Right. So Zach, take us through the key questions.
These are just some of the most important things to me. You know, I'm so hands-on with this program that, you know, their inspiration to build their dream home cinema is kind of the driving force behind the whole program. You know, I want to bring people's dreams to life, you know? So that's always my first question is like, what's the inspiration behind spending this much money and doing something this extravagant? You know, I want to make sure I nail that on the head. And then, you know, what's their timeline? We want to make sure that we can deliver on their expectations, and then budget and the key features that are important to them. And this is just on our initial call, you know, some of the key questions that I have.
So what's the process if let's say someone's watching this video now and they want to potentially have you do a home theater makeover in their house? Do they just call you up and you give a quick phone consult before you decide on the scope of the project, or how does that work?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So just like every single customer, we do a video consultation to kick off the relationship. And we do this even with just all of our customers. If you call in and you set up a consultation, we'll walk through your space and we'll tailor a package to fit your exact room and your budget, regardless of the budget. But what we do is we call it a discovery call. We take that time to really get to know the customer, their goals, their vision, their budget, timelines. And then if they decide to move forward with us, the Dreamedia Plus contract has to be signed. and their deposit has to be paid. We take a $5,000 deposit to enter into the Dreamedia Plus program. And the deliverables on that deposit are CAD drawings, acoustic analysis, renderings, 3D animation. So full conceptual design of the room.
Is that refundable, $5,000?
No. Not once the process has been started, because we have to pay our team to get to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the starting point. So that covers the deliverables that I just mentioned. And then once we have our final design meeting and they give us the go ahead, that's when the remaining balance for the product and material needs to be paid, so that we can move forward with coordinating all the engineers and contractors and getting everything scheduled.
Where do the most of your clients find you? On your channel, or is it word of mouth or something?
We have, we've been in business officially now over a decade, so we get quite a bit of word of mouth, and I even have a lot of customers that, they were my original customers a decade ago, and they're calling us up for their second home, and they want us to outfit that now. So we get a good amount of word of mouth, but I mean, the YouTube channel has been a blessing. I mean, we get a lot of exposure, and even just people in the industry send us leads. But we're now that we have our e-commerce store, more people are finding us on Google just through our SEO that we're bringing.
Look at that.
Hey,
Jack
All
Black.
right.
I didn't know Jack Black.
Wow, you went to Jack Black? Wow, nice.
Ew.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot. See, this is what's hard to really, this is why I do it. Like, we're having a live stream in the middle of the night and one of my customers, they're on the live stream and they're even backing me up. Like, we have this little community. So, I mean, it just warms my heart. I love doing this stuff.
So what kind of post-sales support do you give? Let's say you did a home theater for someone. You obviously contracted with one of your certified installers. What happens a year down the road when their Control4 system wigs out and they go to press play on the Blu-ray and their bathroom lights turn on instead?
Yeah, great question. So we don't tell our preferred installers how to run their own business. They are independent from Dreamedia, although we do guarantee the level of service that they're going to provide to the customers. And that's when we'll step in if we need to support them. With that said, there's different levels of customers, even from $100,000 theater to a $500,000 theater. And there's different personalities out there. Some people have second homes, third homes, fourth homes, and then some people, it's their primary residence. So dependent on the customer's lifestyle, a lot of these clients opt for a service plan to where anytime they're coming into town, the system is checked, looked over, and we make sure that nothing is going to go wrong. It works perfect, right? So, but then on the other hand, you could just fall into standard manufacturer warranties. So luckily we sell as part of this program, and many of the brands that we sell, even as part of Dreamedia as a whole, great manufacturer warranties. We sell quality brands, and a lot of these brands have like a 5-year warranty. So you're not really stressing about having to come out of pocket for the first 5 years on major items within the home theater. Small programming changes, things like that, typically you're just paying a service call.
I gotcha. So when's this project going to be complete? The one that you redid the foundation and you're putting the 21s in?
Q1 of 2023.
Nice.
What year is it?
Or 2024.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Beginning of next year.
Yeah, next year. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. So you must be pretty far along if that's the case.
Yes.
No, we're not. We're under a tight timeline here, and honestly, thankfully, it got pushed back a little bit. We thought initially when the lead was passed to us that we were looking at a November timeline, and I was like, Woo! We'll try.
You said, what was the guy? What did he do? He was a designer or something like that?
The customer?
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
It's
disclose.
Roswell stuff. You can't talk about.
I don't want to.
Oh, I thought you said he was like a French designer or something.
No, he has a designer for his whole home that he
gotcha.
hired.
Yeah.
That is based in Paris. So we wanted to
that's the red
ensure that we were meeting the designer's needs, so it flowed really well throughout the entire home. We wanted the theater to match the design of the entire property.
Oh, interesting. The rest of the house is kind of like that, huh?
Yeah, it's classic, very nostalgic. It's pretty cool.
Interesting. Yeah, looks cool. It's a cool house.
I was excited about it because recently we're getting a lot more and more requests for modern. But I still think, over the next decade, there's always going to be a want for that old school cinema feel. It just part of building a dream home theater is the experience, the feeling you get. And I think if the way that the customer described it to us, when he goes to sit down, it's in this theater, it should take him back,
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a lobby area? And do you guys do that too? Like if you wanted like a lobby area with popcorn?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he doesn't. The cinema is closed off. You come down from the upstairs, so there's not room for a lobby.
Oh, gotcha.
But they're part of excavating this whole lower area and the bottom part of the property. I'll probably kind of show bits and pieces of the rest of the house too when you guys follow along with the YouTube videos. But there's two parts to the basement, and they already had in their plans to dig out in between the basement to put in a spa fitness center and a tunnel between the two basements, and that gave us the opportunity to dig in the foundation.
Dude, that's some Better Call Saul shit when you have tunnels between those rooms. That's great. It's like a bunker. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
How long is the tunnel? I got like this, and I'm envisioning like going to the movie theater, and there's like just like the hallway behind the theater to the theater. Is that kind of correct? Like a lighted walkway?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're just focused on the theater right now.
Okay.
I don't know what the full design of the rest of the home is, but I'll let you guys know as soon as I get boots on the ground and start shooting content. Kind of.
You know why Shane was asking about that waiting area with the snacks? You know why, right?
Why?
He's got his stocked with Taco Bell.
Nice,
dude.
I've never seen someone eat more Taco Bell than Shane.
Dude, when I get out of here, I'm gonna have in my lobby area a little big Taco Bell neon sign there.
He's their spokesperson.
Where's the hold on, can we just say that pre-COVID they used to have the Taco Bell party pack? It was 12 tacos for $9.99. Now post-COVID it is $30 for the same 12 tacos. It's ridiculous, man. How many guys in the
inflation
the video right now in the comment section have realized this price increase in tacos at Taco Bell?
Well, and speakers too, man. Look how much the price of like Bowers and Wilkins speakers has gone up in the last 5 years, man.
Look at the price of milk, eggs.
Yeah, I went to buy eggs the other day and milk. I was like, holy crap, man. I don't like eggs that much, or milk.
Just drink beer.
Where's that? When he went to the phone booth, he was like, milk. That was a bad choice. Anchorman, remember that?
Anchorman. That's a classic.
Well, cool, Zach. We got to have some updates on this, and
yeah, stay tuned. We got a bunch of these projects going on. There's one finishing in Florida in your backyard, so maybe I'll be.
Oh.
I'll have to actually chill out and listen to your theater for an extended period of time. Like, I'd love to actually watch a movie and have a beer with you. So we'll have to do that when the Florida theater finishes. And then we got one that, I mean, any day now in LA that's going to be done, which is It's a good mix of traditional and modern. So that'll be another cool design to show off. It has a star ceiling and a stretch of millwork and stretch fabric. And it's got, a lot of great products in it as well.
Nice. What acoustic companies? What acoustic companies you work with?
Yeah, good question. So Int3 is the one that we're using for a lot of these high-end projects, which is stretch fabric with their CAT system behind it, so that you can, get a good mix of absorption and diffusion to properly treat the room. And then for entry level, I don't want to say entry level, for entry level to this program, we use acoustics.
Mm-hmm. Never heard of these guys.
And I actually did a really cool project that's going to be coming out on the channel for an affordable home theater room package that features acoustics. And I think you guys, our customers, are going to find a lot of inspiration in that theater. I documented the whole thing and showed you like how, you can build this little framing for the acoustics to sit on and backlight it. And we've done a couple little teasers in shorts. You can see it, but that's a very affordable package. I'm getting into design, as you've seen here recently. So that was a opportunity for me to show a cool design that is achievable for the average American and, looks pretty rad in my opinion.
Dude,
so that one that you're building now, did they do any type of sound isolation for the room, or was that not even a concern for them?
I'm sorry, what was that?
That big theater that you're working on now, where you redone the foundation, you're putting the 21s in, was sound isolation a factor for the design of this room? Do they care about it?
He wasn't as interested in it. I'm looking for an opportunity to do sound isolation because Matt Pose gave me a little insight into, we haven't done sound isolation yet. It hasn't been a service that we offer. So I'm very excited for an opportunity to do that. This one, he was like, I don't care. My bedroom's above the room. As loud as I want it, I'll turn it up as loud as I want. He had no interest in us doing sound isolation. I tried to offer it, and I'm really excited for the first opportunity to do it because it looks so cool. Matt,
another benefit of sound isolation is not just to keep the sound mitigating to other areas of the house or your neighbors, but also to lower the noise floor of the room. So sometimes people forget that. So I would always try to tell people, put some type of noise mitigation in the room. Like when you shut the doors in a theater room, it should be really quiet.
Yeah. And that's that feeling that you get, when a room's treated properly. It's not quite like a nice anechoic chamber, but it's
you don't want that.
Relaxing. Yeah. It's very relaxing when it's neutral.
Yeah, I spend time in anechoic chambers, and they're not pleasant. You can
you feel crazy.
You hear your pulse. You can hear your pulse. It's freaky.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I need to check them out.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap for this one. I think we'll have you back, and maybe you could show us some more of these, start to finish projects, and we'll just talk shop. We'll talk audio. We'll talk about, your favorite brands or your top sellers of the moment. I'd like to know, what are people buying through Dreamedia? Is Focal your number one seller? Is Perlisten starting to?
Perlisten's taken off.
Taking off pretty good.
I mean, they've been taking off. Everybody's been talking about them at the trade shows. I mean, it's a wonderful company. They really knocked it out of the park, and we're starting to put in more and more. But I would say, as a whole, Focal is definitely our best-selling brand because it's not just cinemas that we do here. I mean, a large part of our revenue comes from whole house audio, outdoor systems. So Focal, I mean, they even have marine audio. They can offer the full package to our customers, whereas Perlisten is more 2-channel and home theater, specific. And they're building out more and more SKUs. Like we're about to see that in ceiling speakers. So I'm excited about the future of Perlisten, but right now, Focal's our number one.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, Shane, you have any other questions or comments?
Yeah. How high is the ceilings in that theater that you're building when you dug out the floor?
150 inches. About 12 feet tall.
How many feet is that? Okay. At the lowest point?
Yeah.
That's good. It's always good to have higher ceilings. You have better separation of the layers.
That was the main driving factor, is to create the spaciousness, but it also helped with the audio performance.
For sure.
And how many height speakers going in there?
6.
Nice.
6 heights, 6 wides, 6 side channels.
Is there wides too?
Yeah.
Wow.
You got so you got 1, 2, 3. You got your fronts, you got your front wides, your surrounds, and your surround backs. So 11 9.3.6.
Oh, this isn't the one that has multiple side channels?
Yeah, it's the red one.
Maybe the latest design we went for 11.
Yeah.
I think Kellen did change it out to an 11. So
what's on the back wall? Anything?
2 more surrounds. So it is an 11 then. 11.3.6 currently.
Are you putting the 16 in there or the 24 or 32? Trinnov.
We got to go up to the 32.
Dang. Why? Okay, so why don't you spec a that's a big theater. How wide is it?
It's go back to the measurements. It's late, guys. What is it? 24?
We got to give him the 5-hour energy.
Yeah, like any time between like 9 and 5 would be great.
Are you 2 hours behind us or 3?
During business hours.
You're 2 hours behind us, right?
It's 24 feet wide or 20 feet wide, something like that.
It's 24 feet wide.
Here, I'll pull up the measurements.
I should have just put up the slides presentation rather than this. I don't know whose idea this was with a video, but
I wanted to show the 3D animation. It's really cool whenever the 3D animation flies through the fake room and then my camera guy flies through the real room. That's like what gets me going.
Yeah, I don't see dimensions on it, but
It's
wide.
Guys, we're going to document this whole thing from start to finish.
Nobody does this. Nobody does this, but you should put a center surround in there. The Trinnov supports it, so why don't you?
You mean a center back surround?
Yeah, my bad. Center back surround.
Yeah.
100% do it.
Center back.
I use one. It gets a lot of information back there.
Interesting.
Yeah. Center surround. That way you could put the 2 back speakers in kind of the cornerish, and then one right in the center back. Perfect. Best sound tracking back there, especially the overhead flyovers. Way better than just having 2 backs.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kellen, initially when we were speccing this out, we were getting real crazy. That's what's cool about these projects is we get to kind of go over the top, right? He was speccing out 9 Atmos with center Atmos. And
you could do Oro.
Or we were talking about how
because then you can have 3. You could have 3 movies you can enjoy in Auro 3D. That's awesome.
What we ended up settling on and presenting to the customer in the latest, the final approval, the current stage that we're in was a 9.3.6. But it sounds like there's talks about an 11.3.6. We try to also, provide configurations that are industry leading and really popular so that, we know we're, I don't know.
You don't just add speakers just to add speakers.
Yeah. But, we'll have to try that. I'll try that out in my own room before we go selling it to people, but that's great to hear that actually works well, Shane.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you got 3 up front, you're matching your front soundstage in the back. So
does the dialogue mix to that rear center?
No, man.
And is that weird?
It's surround information, dude.
Yeah.
It's surrounded. So it's just filling the gap between your surround backs.
Yeah. I mean, you can look on the visualizer. I review movies all the time. So that's part of the, when I review the sound, there's always a bunch of stuff that happens in that center back that nobody ever talks about because how many people
Is it just the
Trinnov.
audio that's transferring between the two surrounds?
Yeah, I mean, it'll just fold back to the back channels if you don't have that center back.
If it's Atmos, it'll be discrete as well.
I thought at first
I mean, you can see it.
I thought you were talking about more of like a voice of God type.
No,
you're
like
talking about
right behind your head, center between the two back channels.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense if the room is pretty wide.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just waiting for the day where somebody calls me and says, I got $1 million budget and we get to do like a 48 channel system, something like Don Dunn's working on, some just ridiculous system.
I mean,
or we're waiting for the floor. When are we going to add floor speakers? That's when, that's coming. If they put them in the ceiling, they're going to put them in the floor.
And it made such a big difference going from Dolby to Dolby Atmos, getting that separation in channel. I can only imagine having low level speakers firing up. I mean, God, it sound amazing. Then you throw some D-box on the chairs.
You got to throw speakers in the seats too. You got to have them in your chairs, man.
Well, no, you do the D-box. You do the D-box. So, I mean, you're literally on a roller coaster.
See, the good thing is if that ever happens, the Trinnov will support it. Just with a software update.
Yep.
Just for the guys out there on the verge of moving away from their Marantz 16 channels to the next level.
It's an
Trinnov,
sure.
which came out in 2015, has supported all formats from then till now in the same chassis. How many other manufacturers have done that?
Yeah, and their price kept going up too.
Well, that's everybody. It's all irrelevant. Come on.
All right, guys. Well, I think Zach is ready to hit the hay, man. He's past his.
I don't know, Gene. The sun hasn't quite come up yet.
Oh man, yeah, that was brutal that night. We shot videos. You didn't leave my place till like 7 a.m. That was too much for me.
You want me to come over and get on?
That was too much for me.
I'll get on your schedule. Well, you guys will have to stay tuned to the channel. We got a load of content coming out on Gene's systems, all the different systems at his house. And I was just a kid in a candy store over there. So a lot of really cool tech. Probably the most impressive stereo imaging I've ever heard, even at all these 2-channel specific hi-fi shows.
Thanks. Yeah, it just overcomes the misconception that you can't have good 2-channel in a home theater, because I've got 5 systems in this house, and it's including these amazing RBH speakers behind me. But the best 2-channel experience in my entire house is in my theater room, because it's a acoustically controlled, isolated room. You just can't beat that.
It sounded great, man. I'd like the opportunity to sit down and watch a whole movie in there for sure.
Yeah, we will for sure. We'll put on the Barbie movie when you come down.
Oh gosh, come on now,
man. I don't know if that has good sound or not. I haven't seen it yet, but
I'll have to watch that one with my wife. We'll have to do something a little more epic.
Oppenheimer. It's not really a kids movie. All the kids I saw at the theater, I was like, oh, I feel bad for you guys because it's not a kids movie.
Oh, it's not appropriate.
I mean, no, it's not. It's
got Will Ferrell in it. So
what is it?
It's adult. It's makes you think. It's very it's kind of like an adult Pinocchio almost.
PG-13.
Yeah. Makes you. It's a little existential. Is that the word? Existential? Yeah. Makes you think about.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be watching that one in the theater. Maybe I'm about to pass out.
It's going to be an HDR
soundbar in bed.
It's going to be a 4K HDR. I mean, there's good audio. There's a lot of good music in there.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't what's her name did this? Billie Eilish did a song in there, and Nicki
good song
Minaj.
at the end of the movie. Yeah, good. At the end of the movie, it hits the good feels too. Like it's I didn't listen. I didn't think it was gonna be at the end that song played. I was like, oh shit, you're trying to make me cry over here. I was like, all right, it's a Barbie movie, but.
Well, when I come visit you, Shane, we'll watch the Barbie movie and go see Taylor Swift together.
Oh.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
Listen, all right, tickets are still $2,000. Okay.
What was that?
those Swift tickets are still $2,000 and above.
Just because something is expensive doesn't mean it's good.
No comment on that. She's got some good songs. She got some good songs in there. She's got some good songs.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. We're gonna let Zach go to sleep, and then Shane, you and I guess we're gonna go to work. This is our work time right now. We're gonna be producing content while you're sleeping.
Cracked open the drinks.
All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you having me on to talk about this program. I'm really passionate about it and excited about the future of Dreamedia.
Awesome. Well, we're glad to be along the ride. Guys, if you like this video, please hit the thumb up, hit the subscribe. Don't forget about our Patreon channel. Shane's got a Patreon channel. I have a Patreon channel. Don't forget to visit the Dreamedia YouTube channel. I will put some links down below. I'm going to put Zach's phone number, not your personal phone number. I'll put your Dreamedia phone number in case you guys want to call Zach and do a consult and do a home theater makeover for yourself. So I hope everybody has a good night. Until next time, my friends, keep listening.